What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Continuing on with third video in the Buff Bogey series that I'm calling it. Basically, if you haven't caught the first two, go check them out. Basically, this was inspired, and the idea came from D-Lug Golf, who's doing punishment golf. He's doing a whole bunch of different workouts and stuff, all different kinds of, basically, as the name implies, punishments for missing fairways, missing greens, etc. For me, I put a little bit different spin on it. I already do a good amount of cardio, and I actually just came back from a trip and did a lot more golfing, which was the point of it, than working out. So I'm just doing push-ups. So like I said, I already did the first two. The first one was Bethpage Black. The second one was Isle Auxiliary Surfs. I think that's how you say it. This one, we are doing Kingston Heath Golf Club in Cheltenham, Victoria, Australia. Basically, I found a list of the 12 hardest courses in the world, or 12 of the hardest courses, apparently, according to these people. But this is number 10 on the list. I'm going 12 down to 1 as a plane goes over. And basically, the idea of this series is, after I finish every single hole, for every single stroke over par, I do 10 push-ups. So a bogey is 10, triple bogey 30, quad is 40. I think I've had a quad before. I've had definitely bogey, double, triple. I think I even had four or five over when I put balls in the water, etc. So we're going to see how it goes. Basically, second video out here today. Just played a subscriber requested course. Haven't picked up a club in a week. The week before that, I was in Florida. Came back from my trip. So the video before this was kind of an update video, kind of going over what happened with the trip, what my plans are going forward, etc. This one is going to be a lot less talking, probably a lot more heavy breathing, a lot more push-ups, obviously, because I didn't do push-ups last time. With the regular round, but this is going to be much more focused on golf, focused on actually hitting good shots and trying to minimize the push-ups, but we're going to see how it goes. So without further ado, Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Super Fast ball, DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, and home tee here you're seeing on screen. So like I said, just played 18 before, getting back used to. Went for a vacation for a week in Florida, had my old clubs down there, so finally got used to playing those and actually felt comfortable with them. Just at the time I feel comfortable with them. Obviously fly back here. Haven't touched the club since I've been back in about a week, so getting back into the swing of things should be less of a basically learning curve or an adjustment curve getting back to these clubs I've been using for the past 8 months or so. But still feels a little bit strange compared to what I've been doing for the past week. So definitely first round had some hot and cold shots. This should be interesting. Definitely going to be in store for some push-ups for sure. So first hole, par 4, 459, 273 up there. Hopefully get off to a good start. Obviously adjusting not only to the feel of these clubs, but the number of clubs I have here, the different options I have for club selections, the bounces, the lofts, my stock distances, trying to go back to these versus what I was playing for the past week, but here we go. Alright, low on the face, start up the middle, should turn over a little bit left. Not the best swing in the world, but we're going to be down the middle and play. .244. I'm already said I came out here and it's hot and humid. I think it's like 86 degrees and humid. Real feels in the 90s. It feels like I'm back in Florida again. My shirt's already soaked from that first round, so I think the fatigue is going to start becoming a factor here, especially after push-ups. But 215 down 4. I'm gonna go 5 iron and we'll see. If I hit this good, it's gonna be too much club, but 6 iron, I played to about 205. Not gonna quite get it there. Struck it halfway decent, but I pulled it left. And looks like, I don't know if you guys were seeing that on your end, my phone was lagging a little bit there. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. I don't know if the heat is messing with it, with the screen recording and the simulator software, everything else. Hopefully it's not super choppy and unusable for the video, but we're gonna keep going. That one looked like it took an extra second or two for it to register. Misreads are a whole nother issue, but Alright, 18 yards, long left on that one. Struck it halfway decent, but pulled it a little bit. At least it wasn't a high spinny slice to the right. 18 yards, basically we got to put this inside the inner circle to not do push-ups here. So 18 yards and then another 2. We need about 20. Going 60. Gotta remember too, I shanked a 60 degree in the last video. And here we go with the misreads again. I don't know what it is. Seems like, I think the humid weather doesn't do the R10 any favors, but I was struggling. There were some shots last round I had to hit like 3 to 5 times for it to register. And I do have to remember, like I was saying just before that, I shanked my 60 degree towards the end of that last round. I gotta remember to get that ball after over there. Alright, take 2. Hopefully I don't have to do this 5 times for it to register. Should be halfway decent. Just frustrating. You focus on the shot, you try to do it. At this point, I'm not even as focused on hitting a good shot. I just wanted to actually register and move on, but it kind of takes you out of the swing of things for the round and the regular type of pace of play. That might be a little bit too much. And again, it's just tough. And I mentioned in the last video, there's no rhyme or reason. The only thing that I can think of is when it's like the extra humidity in the air, but the R10's literally in the same exact spot every time. Everything out here is the same. I had the same pre-shot routine, same waggle, same everything. Some days it works flawlessly, other days I gotta hit this thing like 4 times for it to register. I don't know. And now when I pulled left, and it'll probably register. Still. And I'm reluctant to turn around. I mean, it blinks, like right now it's blinking. I'm reluctant to turn around and make sure it's blinking green before a shot, because that's just unnatural, and that's not what I do on course. But now when I caught heavy, I mean, at this point, and it's worth noting, like I said, everything's out here in the same exact spot, obviously, same location every single time, and every single time I come out here, I try to sync it for any actual R10 like firmware updates. I calibrate it, I check almost every single day, every week. I have automatic updates anyways for the Garmin Golf app, but like I come out here and I calibrate it every single time I play, sometimes twice if I just move it a little bit. Check for the updates every single time, and still, it's not like I neglect kind of any upkeep and wonder why it's not working. Like, I'm not sure, as like an informed owner and user, what more I could do. There we go. Wow, and see, like, what is that? That is just, that thing shot, I don't know if it caught the lip of the hill. That was like a shank to the right, and that was not what happened. Bogey. Alright, 10 push-ups. Honestly, part of me, like I said, I didn't work out a ton when I was down in Florida. Part of me wants to do like 300 push-ups out here and get a good workout in. The other part of me doesn't want to do that, but take out some frustration with some push-ups, I guess. Alright, 10. And like always, the first couple, I'll do an extra 10, maybe even 20 at the end, just for good measure in case I miss any. But second hole, par 4, 342, 10 push-ups down. That's going to be extremely frustrating. I have to do that many chip shots every single time. And I can understand like a 5-yard chip shot, even 10 yards, but something like that, like I've hit that shot thousands of times back here, and for whatever reason, it just... blowing up the right. coming back left. Get over those bunkers. Go, 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 go. All right. Not the best strike in the world. I mentioned in the first one, I was actually finally getting used to my old RBZ, that white one, the white driver, when I was down there. A little bit longer shaft. I was actually hitting it pretty well by the end of it, but I mentioned in the first round, I don't want to come out here and, as I'm getting used to this, hitting this driver again, sky it at all. So I think I'm favoring kind of not hitting up on it a ton just so I don't get underneath it and put a stupid sky mark on it for the first time I've used it in 2 weeks, but that's kind of been the miss today. A little bit low on the face just because of that, but we're in play. 99, down 1, so gonna be a choke down 48. A little bit heavy, kind of popped it up to the right. That's gonna have to go, I think. Go, 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 go. All right. Should be a par, I think. We just got it on there. That wasn't hit particularly well, and that was actually a good read by the Garmin. All right, par. No push-ups. I'd be curious. Maybe I'm just being dramatic, and I expect this thing to come out here and work flawlessly every single time, but let me know if you R10 users out there that are watching this, if you ever have just days. I know I've talked to a couple people, and they say, for whatever reason, some days it seems like the Garmin just has good days and bad days. But I'd be curious if other people have the same thing, or maybe I'm either doing something wrong or maybe just a little bit something different with my unit or setup. But, oh boy. Oh, I thought this was a par 3. All right, third hole, par 4, 254. I thought this was a par 3, 254. That would have been tough. So short par 4. I did read quick. There was a little bit of a paragraph for the list, and this said some short but challenging holes, so I guess this is accurate. 254 is not exactly a super long par 4, but there's bunkers and traps everywhere. So 254, I guess. I mean, the way I've been swinging driver, I could probably hit that, but I'm gonna go 3 hybrid. If usually I play, I've gone over this before, but play my 4 hybrid to anywhere between 235 and 245, basically right around 240, 245, and this thing is 3 degrees lower. So this is 19, that's 22. Generally speaking, if you hit it good, you get about 3 yards per degree. So in theory, this should go about 255 if I hit it good. A little bit thin up the right. Struck it halfway decent though. That may catch the front side. We'll see. It was a low launch. It's coming back. Go! Alright. Take that all day long. Somewhat of a generous bounce, but basically exactly what I was talking about. That was pretty much, I didn't hit it on the screws per se. Still hit it pretty good. We got a birdie. Unfortunately, I can't take back 10 push-ups, so, but that was basically the exact distance I would expect out of that. Good swing, good read from the R10. It's not all bad. Fourth hole, par 4, even par, 389. Pretty straight too, but a little bit of a narrow landing spot. Let's see. I'm not going to try to swing up per se, but just hit it a little more towards the middle of the cliff face, not off the bottom. Ooh, that was swiped way across it. That's going to be spinny and right. Realistically, I mean, that's the right shot shape. Realistically, that was even spinnier and more right in real life. Obviously, the R10 is kind of overall lower and decreased on the side spin just because it's estimated, but not the best driver swing there. That was over the top across the ball. 127. And we're right behind a tree. This is asking for some push-ups here. So I'm just gonna blast. I'm just gonna hit a regular shot. If we catch the tree, we catch the tree. But I don't love doing like a punch out to the left. I'd rather just hit a regular shot. If we catch the top of the tree, so be it. But we've got 127 up 128. 10% is going to be, we'll call it 13. So 138, 141, I believe. I mean, it's going to be a choke down 9. So I would think there's going to be enough loft to possibly get over that tree, or at least catch the top part of it, not go off like the base of the tree, but we'll see. I could probably even swing at a pitching wedge, but we're going to go choke down 9. A little bit thin, pulled it a little bit left. I think it's going to work out for us, though. Not sure if we went right through that tree or caught it just a little bit. I think we caught it, but nonetheless, that actually scared me. I hit that dead center of the, I don't know if the mic picked that up, hit a dead center of this yellow flap right here. It might have even been I have a couple zip ties in here. That was loud. It almost sounded like something like snapped when that hit. Even, so I want to double check. I think, alright, that was a par, so no push-ups owed. 183. Sometimes I get talking and I forget that I'm supposed to be doing push-ups, but that was a par, so no push-ups owed. 183 down 1. 182. So this is kind of where that would have been a good 7-iron with my old set. That's what my mind's going to after getting used to those yardages for a week. But this is going to be right in between an 8 and a 7. Usually I play the 7 to about 190 and the 8 about 170, 175. So I guess we'll go 7. If I blast one, so be it, but it's probably closer to that. Especially if I don't hit one great, which I probably won't. I actually struck it decent. I pulled it left. That's going to probably be long left. And it is long left. Not super long. Landed soft into that bunker, but definitely pulled that left. And if that didn't catch the bunker over there, that was possibly going to be about 10 to 15 yards long. Halfway decent strike, just pulled it. Alright, 14, we're in the bunker. Doesn't look like a super steep bunker, so it's not going to come out super soft, but 14 yards, 20% is going to be, what, 3? So that's 17. I'm going to play basically 20-yard shot. I'm going to go 60. Hopefully I don't have to hit this 10 times. Man, I chopped down heavy on that. I came in real steep on that. I don't usually do that. Usually I'm relatively shallow across my entire bag. I kind of sweep or pick the ball clean versus taking massive divots. That would have been a fat divot. Take 2. That was a little bit better. That should be pretty close to 20. And of course, it does seem like it struggles a little bit more with this 60 degree, but the 56 and the 52 is not that much better, and this is the right club, so I'm not going to switch clubs just for the sake of this. This is the club I would hit on course. That one I hit. That one's going to have to go if it registers. There's always something out here. At least I'm getting my practice with the 60. Came in steep again on that one. Still. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to have to look backwards as I'm hitting it to make sure it's actually blinking. It's frustrating. Ooh, I almost put that in after 50 attempts at it. +1, did we scrape out a par? Alright. 6th hole par 4. Even through 5, 424. I know you guys hear me, it may sound a little bit hypocritical. There's times where I hit the ball really bad and I beg it not to read. But, I mean, if I had a choice for it to read 100% of the shots or be closer to this, where I'm getting possibly mulligans in a good situation, mulligans in a bad situation, I would 1,000,000% take the reading every single shot 100% of the time, good and bad. Even if there's some misreads or slight, like, maybe it seemed like I blocked it right and it came out left, whatever. Doing that over and over again is just demoralizing and frustrating. Hit a little bit better up the right. I don't think it's going to come back a whole lot. Low launch. I was trying to. Kind of staying out the right, but we'll take it. Nothing wrong with that. About 270 down the middle. And this, I don't know. I can't figure how it can read 150-mile-an-hour ball speed, give or take. I still think that's whatever that read as, probably 140, 150, whatever that was on the low side. But the point is, how it can read that almost every single time dead on, but it can't read a 60 degree, like once. 158, I digress. 158, down 1. Well, these were even through 5. I've only done 10 push-ups. Thought it was going to be worse than this so far, but the wheels could very well still come off. 158 down 1, so 157, going full 9. Oh, short right, spinny short right into the bunker. It's frustrating too. Generally speaking, I have a little bit easier time drawing and or hitting a straighter shot with the higher lofted clubs. So I aim out to the right. That one caught it heavy, left it out to the right, came across it. So now I'm not only aimed out there, it goes further that way too, which is tough. So 30 yards. We got some work to do here. At least we're somehow not in those bunkers. 29, 10%, so we'll call another 3. So we're gonna go 56. See how many times we have to hit this. Well, I hit that really hard. That was hard and left. That's gonna have to get down. Luckily it came out relatively soft, but that's still long left. Not the very best distance control there, but is that a bogey maybe? All right, another 10. Not super happy with that hole, but actually, from a fitness workout standpoint, 10 push-ups every couple holes, not the worst thing in the world. All right, 20 push-ups down, 1 over. 505, 7th hole, par 5. Grab some Gatorade quick. Clouds kind of came over, which is nice. It's not as hot as it was before. Alright. Let's hit a good one here. Driver swing just feels off. Like I mentioned, getting used to, 261 for a miss hit. We'll still take it, that forgiveness from the Stealth 2. It's just, between the whole different driver, the shorter shaft, the alignment here, not being able to see the whole ball flight, just seems like everything, there's just something or multiple things just not quite clicking and locked in. But 248, I'm gonna play this smarter for once in my life and not try to blast it there. So I'm just going 4 hybrid. It's gonna come up well short. We got 248 to the hole plus the 10%. It's basically another 25 yards on top of that. So just trying to put it within maybe a 52 degree or so. Hit it pretty good. It's gonna fade, or at least it should, just a little bit, but that was struck decent. That should be, like I said, short wedge in. Yeah, that was hit really good. So 220 plus the 25, I think I said, so that was 245. That's about as good as I can hit those, at least right now. Maybe if I was fresh out here, maybe get an extra 5 yards, maybe, but 245, usually that's what I'm looking for. 240, 245. When I start getting tired, closer to 235, but good shot there from the 4 hybrid. 29, going 56. Those type of shots right there make the misreads not so bad, and actually makes me want to keep playing. Maybe play another round after this, we'll see. But those type of shots where you hit them pure, you hit them good, that's exactly what you were trying to do. You played it smart, it paid off. And hot and cold, like I said. Alright. Again, would have preferred just for that to read and live with the result. That wasn't great, but actually I had no idea what that was going to do. I definitely pulled it left, but I caught it heavy, I popped it up, I hit it a little bit too hard, so that could have happened. That could have been 5-10 yards long, 5-10 yards short, I don't know. But we get to do it again. Straight up and over the net, and I'm not even gonna get the benefit. I actually hit that decent. Not even gonna get the benefit of or the trade-off, I guess I should say. Not gonna get the trade-off of actually hitting a good shot up and over the net and having it register and having to go get that later. But we're gonna have to do it again. This is what I was saying between the 60, 52, 56. The R10 is having a rough day today with the wedges. So am I, kind of, but guess I just have to look. Yeah, hit that a little bit thin and left. Not the best there, but good distance. Guess I'm just gonna have to look behind me. That's frustrating because, like I said, you don't do that on course. You start incorporating stuff that you do only in the simulator or only on course versus basically trying to, the whole point of the simulator is to mimic exactly what you do on course and be able to, obviously, as the name implies, simulate exactly what you would do on course, both technique, distances, clubs, everything else. And I would never on course line up for a shot. Obviously this is a mat, not grass, but I would never line up for a shot and look behind me before I go and hit a 30 yards wedge shot. But alright, still 1 over through 7, 8th hole, par 4. Slight dogleg right. And also I charge the R10 every single time before I come out here. So today it was actually completely, like, the solid light was on. It was at 100% charge, and most of the time it's between 75 and 100% vast majority of the time, like within the like up to the 90-95% charged. So that's not it either. It's not like this thing's at like 10% and I'm wondering what's going wrong. A little bit better, still not great, but a little bit better contact. I can feel speed. My lower back's tightening up a little bit. I can feel speed dropping just a little bit on that. I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to blast it, but still got 278 out of it. But 154 down 2, going 9 iron. Pulled it left, struck it good though. Alright, we'll take that. That's more of a kind of a pull hook versus a draw, but hit it good, got some good distance out of it. We stuck to green. Another par. Ninth hole, par 4, 336, dog leg left. 256 right there. What's this tree line? All right, we're going driver. I think I mentioned in the first video too, these same mics, which I do like, they were on the cheaper side. I've been using them for the past couple months here. I brought these to Florida, and that Tuesday round right before the hurricane, we got caught in a pretty big rainstorm, and one of these mics, I don't know if it was this one, basically it's a dual microphone, so you can mic up 2 people, but usually what I do, obviously, it has a charging case, so I have one on, leave one in the charging case. One of these mics and the adapter that goes into the phone got soaking wet, so I'm almost half expecting between this round and the one I just recorded for the audio not to even work, but knock on wood, hopefully. There's a tree over here. Hopefully the microphone's fine. I did do a little bit of a test before, but alright. Driver's getting a little bit better there. Still a little bit low on the face, but that was up the right coming back left. That was hit halfway decent. A little bit of a low launch, but that should be a good 275-ish, maybe even 280. 276. Again, how I can guess the number on a driver swing that I'm swinging at over 100 mile an hour to within like a couple yards, if not sometimes on the dot, and the R10 does it exactly what I think it should do, and then it can't pick up 5 or 10 times in a row a 60 degree is just beyond me. It makes no sense. I get the short, delicate shots. Other devices are the same thing too. But you would generally think, similar to, I don't know, anything in life, it's easier to see and easier to calculate something that's moving a little bit slower versus something that's going full speed. Like, it's easier to hit a underhand lob and figure out how fast that's coming at you for like a baseball versus someone throwing, MLB pitcher throwing 100 miles an hour at you. But, I don't know. 80 yards, good drive. Going 52. Caught it a tad heavy. That might need to go just a little bit. Go, go, go. All right. I looked behind me again, just so I didn't have to stand over that ball and hit it 100 times. It seems like when I do my waggle and I lift the ball, if I take an extra like 1 to 2 seconds, I won't have to look back and it should register, because for whatever reason when I line up and I take the ball up, it turns solid red, and when I turn back it takes like 1 to 2 seconds like I said, and then it starts blinking again. So maybe I don't have to turn around if I just give it an extra second or two. We'll try that out, I guess. But again, it feels like I'm kind of manipulating my swing. which I don't love, but that's not a huge difference, I guess, in the grand scheme. All right, another par, so 142 down 2. Gonna go choke down 9. A little bit heavy, a little bit left, we'll see. Did hit it decent. We'll take that. Pulled it a little bit, so I got a little more extra distance on it, but that's basically what I'm trying to do with that choke down 9, right between 140 145. That was 146, but close enough. I keep messing with my beard. I haven't trimmed my beard in a couple weeks now since I was on vacation. It seems like, for whatever reason, I think when I swing, there's like a piece of, like a section of my beard underneath on the right side. It like sticks out, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen. It'll probably look funny, but I keep trying to, I can't, obviously I don't have a mirror or anything out here, but hopefully it doesn't look all jacked up on camera. 11th hole, par 4, 408. Should probably focus more on my golf than what my beard looks like, but that's another story. All things considered, though, with the trip, I played pretty well with my old clubs and shot some halfway decent scores while I was down there. So I'm hoping in 2 days from now, when I play on course again around here, I can kind of continue that and play well here as well. A little bit lower on the face, a little bit more towards the heel, a little bit more out to the right, and it's not going to come back as much. Still working its way a little bit. Actually, it's going to be fine, but just a slightly worse strike, 274 versus closer to 280. But all right, 138 down 1, 137 going full PW. Gonna be a little bit left, but it should be a good distance. Struck it pretty well. Take that. A little bit short, but this has been a little bit of a struggle club over the past few months. I'm finally starting to hit it a little bit better. 134, pretty close to pin high. Struck it well for the pitching wedge. We'll take that all day long. And whether that, I mean, I aim out to the right, that one definitely turned over left. Whether that was an actual draw or, like I said, more of a pull hook, either way, it's not a slice, so I'm happy with it. 12th hole, par 5. Make sure. All right, we've only done 20 push-ups, and I think that's all we've owed so far, so to speak. Big wide open fairway here. Like I said, I was kind of hoping to come out here and have to do like 300 push-ups. I would have been pretty frustrated golf-wise, but I actually would have felt like I had like a workout in. I'm probably going to have to go work out after this, but the whole point of this series is to kind of blend the workout and the golf together so I can basically do both at the same time. Lowering out to the right. We'll see if it works its way back a little bit. Nope, staying out there. But this is a massive fairway, so it will be just fine. Made the hole longer over this way, but 314. Gonna again play it a little bit smarter. Just go 4 hybrid, not try to do any kind of miracle shots. Get something anywhere between, I mean, you guys know the stock numbers at this point, I'm not even going to say it, but not hit quite as good. A little bit thin out to the right, but still should be a good 235, 230 maybe. Maybe not quite. It was spinnier. It's going to land in the rough. What do we get? Oh, 239. Alright, 80 yards in the rough, so 88. I'm actually gonna go 48. This is kind of an in-between number from 52 to 48. This one, I'm gonna go more of a closer to the 100-yard shot, just choke down a little bit more with the 48. Oh, I mean, it was dead straight. It's gonna turn over a little bit left, but I hit it thin. I may need to get down just a little bit. Sit, 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 sit. I mean, getting hot and cold shots, but we're scrambling our way through, and we're putting up a halfway decent score so far. We're kind of making up for good shots after bad ones, and etc. So, I mean, 1 over through 12 for the, allegedly, according to this list, the 10th hardest course in the world. So, they did say it was on the shorter side, so that's probably a little bit of a benefit. But I know for sure there's, I think, another 2 or 3 courses as we get closer to like the top 5. There's another 2 or 3 courses on this list that I've already played before on the channel, and granted it was like probably closer to 6 to 12 months ago, but there was some of those courses where I shot like 10 to 15 over, so that's like 100, 150 push-ups. And obviously, like I mentioned in the other 2 videos, as you start doing the push-ups, once I reach probably about 30 to 50, it's kind of a snowball effect to where you feel good, you get a little bit of a pump, you feel a little bit stronger. Like I feel good after those 20. That really didn't affect me a whole lot, but once you start getting upwards of 30, 40, 50, you start getting fatigued, and then you start hitting worse shots, and then you start getting more push-ups, and then you start hitting worse shots, and that was about as low on the face as you could hit it. And it was so low. I think we get to do it again. Alright. That was hit much better than the first one. Started a little bit more towards the middle than I would like, so it's going to overcook a little bit left, but better swing for sure. Gotta hydrate, folks. Alright, 88. Guess we'll go back to it. Go back to the 48. 48 for 88. Should be decent. Didn't hit that one as thin as the last one. That one should be pretty close. Maybe it might have to go a little bit. Oh! Wow, it's gonna be a +3. Is that push-ups? I did hit that pretty soft. Bogey, alright. I did look at some of the footage. I haven't edited those videos yet, but I looked at some of the footage from the last 2, and granted I did way more push-ups on those, but I don't love it. It looked like I wasn't completely locking out. I mean, I'm touching my chest down every single time, but it looked like I wasn't completely locking out. I don't really love doing that because you kind of put some extra strain and wear and tear locking out your joints on your elbow, versus if you kind of just put more of the strain and the more of the emphasis just solely on the muscle, not the locking out portion. But I did try to focus. Granted, I haven't done that many today, but try to focus a little bit more on locking fully out at the top. But that's for any of you form police out there that may chirp me in the first couple. So 2 over, 30 push-ups down, 14th hole, par 5, 5-5-4. low and up the left. That one had to straighten out a little bit. Maybe had some little bit of right side spin. I had that one lower and more left, but I mean, we'll take 267 in the fairway. 288 left. Going old trusty 4 hybrid. Oh, that is not going to be 240. Still a decent, I mean, it's not a horrendous shot, but that was really heavy. That's probably only about 220. Wow, really? I don't know about that. We must have been hitting down into that. No chance that was 245. I hit that pretty heavy on the mat. So we were either hitting down a lot into that, or that was a generous misread. That should have only been about 220, 230 at the most. But 43, down 1, going 52. We're going to try giving it the extra second when I do my old waggle here. Work that time, and I smashed it. Get down. Wow. I don't know about that. That one seemed like a misread again. I don't think I hit that 58 yards, but 10 more push-ups. All right, 3 over, 15th hole, par 3, 159, up 4. So, gonna go smooth 8. First time hitting this today. First time hitting this club in about 2 weeks. And I catch it really heavy and left. Bad shot. Better read from the Garmin. Even 245, I don't know, maybe, but. All right, this looks like, it's not super steep. Bunker, that is. 18 yards, 20% will be 4. So need about 25. We're gonna go 56. Of course it registered. All right, that's generous. That missed the net like 10 yards right. And that's why I mean, that may have happened anyways, but that extra second, I'm lifting the club up and I'm waiting the extra second. I'm looking out of the corner of my eye to see if the thing was blinking out of the corner of my eye. Just kind of taking me out of my rhythm. What was that? That had to have been another bogey, if not worse. All right, another 10 push-ups. The wheels are coming off, folks. All right, getting a little bit of a workout in here. Unfortunately, that's now, I shanked 2 to the right and I put 1 over the top. So that's 3 balls back there now. 2 horrendous ones. One of them was a good shot. I just hit it high over the net and it didn't even register. But 16th hole, par 4, 405. We've got, hopefully it doesn't rain. It is getting cloudy around here. Dogleg right. 290 right there. I also don't understand, maybe it's just my alignment and I kind of just looking into the net, my depth perception. I can't remember the last time I shanked a shot like that off the hosel with a wedge on course. I've shanked a couple, I mean, not even off the hosel like that, not even with like the irons, like 4-through pitching wedge. I don't even do that with the irons, but definitely not with the wedges. Like, I don't know why I'm more apt to do it back here versus on course. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That was at least hit a little bit better. Probably going to overcook a little bit left, but that was struck halfway decent. .261. .169, down 5. So we're at 164. I'm gonna go back to the 8, see if I can hit it a little bit better. Again, usually play this to about 170, 175. Not if I do like I did last time, but straighter but really thin. We'll see. I may get lucky. Wasn't hit very good, but it was straight like I said. Go figure. Better distance, terrible strike. Really low in the face, really thin, but we got our 170 and we put it inside the inner circle for a birdie. Alright, 2 holes left. What are we looking at for time? This is probably a little bit of a longer one with all those misreads, but 54. Usually right around an hour is pretty standard for most of these rounds. A little bit on the longer side for these push-ups in between, but we're actually making halfway decent time. 17th hole, par 4. 4, 5, 4. Narrows up there. Slight dogleg left. Let's hit a good one. Shall we? What do you guys say? Ooh. Got a little crack. I've been saying I was using these before and I broke out the new sleeve. I knew these things were on its way out. This thing, we'll see. Sometimes it's not the easiest to, it's not like a full-blown crack like that video I did, but right. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I guess it's not really showing up. It's just looking more shiny because of the sun. But right there, right over where my thumb is on my glove, that dimple right there, that flat one, there's a start of a crack there. I guess I'll keep using it, but this thing could burst. You'll just have to take my word for it if that didn't show up on camera. Horrendous swing. That's gonna be in the trees on the left. 167 yards. All right, this ball's going. After that swing, makes me want to just throw it in the woods. This one's going in timeout. This other one doesn't look too much better. This is on the older side too. Generally what I do is I have the balls like this one and that one. I have like a plastic bag I bring out here. Those are just in the bottom of the bag and I warm up with those, and if I'm doing like a practice session I hit those, and then I have the newer, basically game balls in the sleeve, but I already hit those 3 into the woods, so. Alright, we're asking for push-ups now. So I'm just gonna go this way. I'm gonna blast my 4 hybrid. Who knows what's gonna happen, but struck it halfway decent, pulled a little bit left. We'll see with those trees. We caught one. We caught at least one. We're through though, kind of. That was pretty crazy. I mean, 167 yards. I hit that halfway decent. That would have been another 230, 240 swing. And it took off, what, 70 yards? All right, 122. 10% is going to be another 12. So 134. Going pitching wedge. See if I can hit another decent one. A little bit heavier. It's going to be left side, but should still be on the green. Still struck it halfway decent. Yep, front left. That goes to show that wasn't hit particularly well, but compared to what I was doing over the past couple months with that pitching wedge, that shot was halfway decent for me. All right, bogey. I don't think I missed any. I got 10 here, but like I said, I'll probably do 20 at the end. We only got one hole left. I'll do 20 at the end just for good measure in case I missed any. All right, 18th and final hole, 427. It'd be nice if we hit a good drive here. I mean, it wasn't a duck hook left into the trees, but that was kind of low and out to the right. Let's see if it comes back a little bit. Whoa. I don't know about that. The distance probably isn't crazy off, but that one was out to the right. I didn't have that coming back that far left, but it is what it is. Looks like Garmin wants us to do some more push-ups. We're in another bunker. So 166, 20%. Is what? 16 times 2? Call that another 30, 35 yards on top of that. So that puts us at 196. Basically about 200. You're gonna go 6 iron. Heavy, 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 heavy. Straight, but heavy. All right. 33. That was what? We're gonna put this inside the inner circle and not do more push-ups. I almost shanked that again. Those misreads are messing with me. Again, I made it a point to look out of the corner of my eye to make sure the thing was blinking instead of turning completely around. That's not what we need to be doing. I guess I'll get that after. Alright, what was that to finish it? Another bogey, so let's see, I'm gonna do 30 push-ups just for good measure. I owe another 10, I'll do 20 on top. I'm gonna do 15, jump up and just touch the screen and make sure it doesn't go asleep. And then I'll do another 15. Five over 77 though. I feel like I didn't play particularly great. That's not a horrendous score, actually. Alright, 15 more, and then we'll take a look. Right there, that last 15 was starting to feel it a little bit. That's where I start to get a little bit fatigued. That was what? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, plus 30. So that was 90. And I guess probably that 75 mark is where like arms start to tighten up. I would start to lose feel for clubs and whatnot. But all right, we'll wrap this up. So from Kingston Heath Golf Club in Cheltenham, Victoria, Australia. Video number 3 of the Buff Bogey series. We ended up with a 5/77, so 90 push-ups, I think I said. We only owed, what, 1, 2, 70. We did an extra 20, but that's all right. I wanted to get a little extra work in anyway, so 10 out of 15 fairways somehow. I don't feel like I hit driver that good, but some of those missed hits were kind of down the middle, so it is what it is. Same thing with greens and regulation. Don't think I really deserved. And if I had to, if you asked me mid-round what I would be, I would have said below 50% on both of those, but 11 out of 18, we'll take that. The putts, definitely not great. The wedges, not super good, especially with those shanks and whatnot. I got to go find those balls back there, but yeah, 35, only one shy of 2 putts hole, but it is what it is. So video number 3 done. That was the 10th hardest course in the world. Got a few more to do here in the series. If you guys like it, either I'll find some new hardest courses to do, maybe you guys can give me some requests, or we'll see, maybe I'll start doing burpees or something else, or if you have any other like kind of quirky ideas for videos, let me know. But that's what I have. If you have any requests for courses, let me know down in the comments. I'll do those. I come out and I play either the Pete Dye series, a course I just want to play, or a subscriber request a course first, actual like decent golf, and then this is more of a workout than anything else. But then I usually do 18 like this after. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.